Broadcasting live from a hollowed out tree stump in the middle of no man's land. You reach Married with Comedy with Jeff Onyx and Joe Chandler. Strap in, boys and girls, and keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times, cause it's gonna get bumpy. What is up? Yeah, we're not going to have anybody on the phone for a while. I'm Jeff Onyx. This is Mrs. Onyx. You're watching Married with Comedy. I got to scoot over a little closer to you.
We've got a special guest today.
Ah.
Gizmo.
But you know, and your microphone's going to be like in the way there, but that's all right. So, yeah.
You want me to scoot over more?
Yeah. Only if you want to.
Well, the microphone to be in.
I turned off my, this thing. Oh. You know what I got to do? I got to turn off the thing. Look, what if I go back like this? Yeah. I had to turn off the opener. So on today's show, we're going to have a lot of stuff going on. We've got Pantera, Martin Couney, self-targeting bullets. We got tube testers. We got, is it Timmy? Tommy. We got Tommy. It's going to be on the show. Sometime later on, we're probably going to have Joe and Jay. The only reason it looks kind of like weird and blurry is because it's a preview. It's not what everybody sees. So it's not blurred out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And nobody can, we can hear the heater, but nobody else can. So.
And we're also going to review the movie Oculus.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to talk to Joe about the bitch slap heard across the world with the Will Smith and Chris Rock drama.
Is Joe wanting to talk about that?
It was in the show notes.
Was it?
You read them.
No, I don't watch it. I don't read no show notes.
Okay.
All right, then. Well, we're going to do that. Up first, if you are watching this and it's not like a pre-record, I mean, if you're watching this later on, if you're not watching this live, later on in the description, we'll have links to the different segments on the show. YouTube calls them chapters. We call them segments. And then that way, if you want to jump to a specific segment within the show, you can. Also, before we can do anything else, if you want to send us fan mail, get sent fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. If you're an angry feminist, you can send us hate mail, M-A-L-E, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. So the first thing on the docket today, we got Trivia Snap. Trivia Snap. Okay, in 2004, what was discovered on the island of Flores in Indonesia? So, in 2004, what was discovered on the island of Flores in Indonesia? So, at the end of the show, we'll let you know. But if you know, you can tickety-tack, clickety-clack, leave it in the comments. Let us know what's up. See if you know. So, by the way, with you being that distance away from the microphone, it's probably not going to pick you up very much. Okay. But if you scoot closer to the microphone, you'll knock into it.
Interesting.
So, I mean, I could try to move the microphone closer to you if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
If I have anything important to say, I'll yell it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my lovely lady.
Your shirt matches your special guest.
Yeah, bite me.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay.
I wanted Gizmo to be represented, but this is before Gizmo had his dental surgery.
Oh, yeah, he's got like 8 teeth left.
So that was Trivia Snap. This week in comedy history. Do you want to read this week's in comedy history, or do you want me to read it?
I'll go ahead and do it. So this week in comedy history is Jeff Onyx. I think I've met that asshole a couple times. Born March 31st, 1971 in Santa Ana, California. His father was a migrant farm worker, and his mother was a white witch, but also did children's books, so that's kind of like a weird mix.
Yeah.
Okay. And he traveled all over the place, but he spent most of his time in California and Texas. And I think that's why he calls everybody bro all the time.
What's up, bro? Holmes?
He's a comedian, a writer, a singer, a magician, a radio host. He's a jackass of all trades.
A podcaster and a loving husband.
Yeah. He has 4 human children and 3 Chihuahua children.
And 1 cat children.
Yeah, which he drugged, by the way, last night with catnip.
Catnip, yeah.
And you might not know, but he's one of the only, I think the only comedian to be banned from Stanford and Sons Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Maybe you should tell that story.
I was banned. No, I'm not going to tell the whole story.
Why?
I was banned from a comedy club for doing an aborted fetus on a coat hanger for ventriloquism act, and the aborted fetus was a compulsive liar. And I had found a thread on the internet on this forum where women were telling why they had gotten an abortion, and some of the reasons were just not something you would think. So I had the aborted fetus on the coat hanger explain why it was aborted by reading off of various reasons, and then it would go, just kidding. And I'd say, no, come on, tell me really why you were aborted. And then it would tell me, and some lady got mad and wrote a letter.
I think we have it on video. You should play that on the show sometime. It'd be interesting.
So that was This Week in Comedy History.
It was a great reaction to the audience, though. Like, they had a good reaction.
Most people were laughing except for that one lady.
It's like 2 people that are offended that ruin everything.
Yeah. So we're going to switch to the interwebs. There's the interwebs. Music, and this is what? Music appreciation, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to do music appreciation. Where's the little button for that? I don't think I made a button for music appreciation, did I?
I have no idea.
Yeah, there you go. Music appreciation. Today's music appreciation is Pantera. So you're familiar with Pantera, right?
Yeah, I guess I'd say so.
So I grew up in Texas, and I actually knew of Pantera, but I didn't listen to Pantera because I grew up as a migrant worker's kid, and most of the music that I heard in the area there was music from Mexico, bands from Mexico. And they all had names, like Spanish names. So when I heard the name Pantera, I was like, oh, and I said Panera instead of Pantera in the notes.
You want Pantera bread?
Pantera bread. So when I saw the name Pantera, I was like, wow, I'm not into that kind of music right now.
That was going to be like taco truck music?
Yeah.
You were wondering when the guy dressed up like a bee was going to run out?
Yeah. And he would say bee to me. What's up, bee? So Pantera was an American heavy metal band from Arlington, Texas. They formed in 1981. Their best known lineup consisted of the Abbott brothers. So you had the drummer Vinnie Paul Abbott and the guitarist Dimebag Darrell Abbott, along with vocalist Phil Anselmo and bassist Rex Brown. So they're basically part of the groove metal movement. I get other bands like Testament, Sepultura, Machine Head were around that time, where they were doing similar music, So, but I don't know if you knew this, but the band originally was named Gemini.
I did know that.
And then after you did.
I did.
And then after that, the band was named Eternity. And then they settled on Pantera. And at the time, it was Vinnie Paul Abbott on drums, Darrell Abbott on lead guitar, Terry Glaze rhythm guitar, and then they had unofficial people like Donnie Hart and Tommy D.
Yeah, their first album was hair metal.
Hair metal.
And it was actually pretty good though, but it's not your typical Pantera sound, but it's still good.
So in Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana, they became popular for hair metal, and they would they say began supporting fellow. It means opening for other bands in the heavy metal and glam rock and glam metal. So they opened for Stryper, Dokken, Quiet Riot, and then they released their first album, which everyone says is an unofficial album, even the band. In 1983, they came out with Metal Magic.
It's a good album.
And it was produced by their dad, the Abbott brothers' dad. 1984, Projects in the Jungle came out. It was also a hair metal band, also considered not to be one of their official albums. In 1985, they released their third studio album, I Am the Night. Okay.
You should have found a picture to post of them. They literally were wearing like the tights and the big hair and everything back then.
Well, there's
like ridiculous. No, there's like some ridiculous pictures available on the internet.
But there's
like Phil Anselmo looking like a tranny. It's the most awesome thing in the whole world. No, there are some good photos out there when they were in their hair metal phase. Well, if anybody's interested, they can Google it.
So that's Metal Magic. Projects in the Jungle. I Am the Night.
I mean, it's just funny to see them looking like Motley Crue, though.
Okay. So, let's see. Then, around 86, 87, a bunch of really hardcore thrash metal albums were released by bands like Metallica with Master of Puppets, Slayer with Rain and Blood, Anthrax with Among the Living, Megadeth with Peace Sells But Who's Buying. And then later on, when Phil Anselmo joins the band, he had a lot of this stuff, including Exhorder and Rigor Mortis, on his mixtapes that he would play. So in 86, Phil heard that they were looking for a new singer, so he went and tried to join. And in 1988, he became the official vocalist on their fourth studio album, Power Metal, which was similar to their other releases in that it was sort of a hair metal thing, but it was edgier because Phil has a different vocal quality than all the other dudes that sang.
Glam rock, but with Pantera.
Yeah, because he liked
got a good voice.
At the time, he liked Rob Halford, so he brought a lot of that Rob Halford stuff in there.
He's got a recognizable voice.
Yeah. Let's see. So after Power Metal was released, Megadeth was looking for a guitarist. They tried to get a hold of Dimebag Darrell, but at the time his name was Diamond Darrell. And he was like, look, I'll join your band, but only if my brother can play the drums. And Dave Mustaine was like, no, because we already have a drummer. So they were told no. And then after being turned down, quote, 28 times by every major band on the, or every major label on the face of the earth, Atco Records represented them and released some of their stuff, and they started producing for them. Let's see. The guy that they picked to produce their album worked with Soundgarden, Metal Church, Overkill, and they liked the sound that Overkill had. And the producer was like, here, try this guitar tone. And that's where Vinnie Paul got his, Dimebag Darrell got his guitar tone.
So is this basically for somebody who doesn't know anything about Pantera?
Yes. Yeah.
But how could you not, though? It's like one of the best bands ever. Their
first breakthrough album was Cowboys from Hell, which released July 24th, 1990. And it became their official debut album with their new sound. And then everything before that, except for Power Metal, I think is the only one on their website. The rest of them aren't, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't been on there in a while.
So,
it was that was Cowboys from Hell was their first album of really Pantera.
Right.
Their sound.
Yeah. So they started to tour, and they got to tour with Exodus and Suicidal Tendencies. And in 1994, Rob Halford, who Phil Anselmo was like he loved Rob Halford and loved trying to emulate that sound sometimes that Rob Halford had, and he got to be on stage with Rob Halford in 1991. So, and then they got to open for Sepultura, Fate's Warning, Prong, Mind Over 4, Morbid Angel, Slayer, AC/DC, Metallica, and a bunch of other bands and stuff. And then later on, though, their groove style was solidified with Vulgar Display of Power, which was released February 25th, 1992.
That's their best album.
And everybody loves that one. And then they started to tour again, and that's when Daryl changed his name from Diamond Daryl to Dimebag Daryl, and Rex Brown took on Rex Rocker. No, he dropped Rex Rocker and just went by Rex Brown after that. And then they released their 7th studio album, Far Beyond Driven, on March 22nd, 1994, and it became so good that they won the Best Metal Performance in 1995 at the Grammys. Or no, yeah, they earned a Grammy for that one. No, a nomination. So they got nominated, but a nomination for a Grammy is a big deal anyway, right there.
So I got to see them once in concert, so that must have been when Far Beyond Driven came out.
With Phil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dad took me and Irene there. That was very cool. They were the headliner, and Statica X and System of a Down opened for them.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So they began touring, and they started touring like South America and, all over the United States and everything in 94, 95, right? And Prong, who they opened for before, was now opening for them. Okay.
What, it's just like Five Finger Death Punch opening for Anthrax, and then Anthrax opening for Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah. So Phil Anselmo, basically his whole demeanor changed because he had a back problem, but they didn't know it at the time. He started taking heroin and painkillers to try to, numb that pain that he had in his back, which made him a completely different person on stage. And then he was on stage at a concert, and he said, "Rap music advocates the killing of white people." And after that, everybody said that he was a racist.
He also did a Hell Hitler thing too to the audience.
Yeah, so
they were like, everybody was triggered. I remember that.
So then,
and then they also went after them because of their Confederate flag.
Well,
they used that heavily later.
Later on, we'll get into that.
This is very long-winded history of Pantera.
There's something else you're gonna be like, what? I didn't know that. So the Great Southern Treadkill was released May 7, 1996. And Dimebag's guitar solo was ranked number 15 on Guitar World magazine's list of the 100 greatest guitar solos. And then they started touring with White Zombie and I Hate God.
Yeah, the band.
And then Anselmo overdosed on July 13th, 1996. And then he tried to apologize, but everybody was like, nope, we're not going to let you apologize.
And Dimebag got a deal with Fender to advertise their stuff. So he was the face of Fender for a long time.
Yep. And then Pantera released their first live album, July 29th, 1997. And then in 1997, they played main stage at Ozfest along with Ozzy, Black Sabbath, Marilyn Manson, Type O Negative, Fear Factory, Machine Head, Paraman 5000.
I wish I would have got to go to that one. I wish I could have seen Type O Negative.
And in the UK, they played with Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Foo Fighters, Slayer, Soulfly, Fear Factory, and Therapy. They also went on tour with Clutch and Neurosis. The band wrote the song for the Dallas Stars National Hockey League team for their 1999 Stanley Cup championship. It was called Puck Off, and they still use that song to this day. So in 2001, they started touring again, and they did all that stuff, and then they disbanded the band soon after in 2003. But on January 28, 2020, Pantera surpassed 1 billion streams across all major streaming music services such as Amazon, Apple Music, Deezer, Google, and Spotify.
You're kind of missing a huge part of the story there that you didn't have in your little biography there.
What?
They were on stage live at a concert, and somebody shot Dimebag Darrell and fucking killed him on stage in front of everybody.
Yeah, but I didn't want to like.
That's like, I mean, and that was the end of Pantera. He literally got murdered on stage in the middle of the show.
Yeah, I didn't want to really say much about that.
What do you mean? You want to tell somebody about who Pantera is and not tell them, by the way, the guy literally got murdered?
Okay, so he got murdered.
Kind of a big deal.
He got murdered on stage.
I remember the day it happened. I was at work and somebody told me that it happened. It's like, what? It's horrible.
Here, let me search for something.
So there never can be Pantera ever again, because without Dimebag, there is no Pantera.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to their grave when we went to Texas? We saw their grave.
So around 1999, Anselmo was doing his own side projects before they wrote the song for the Dallas Stars, right? And then the dudes from Pantera, the brothers, the Abbott brothers, they started a side project with David Allan Coe called Rebel Meets Rebel.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's where like the rebel flag thing people were like freaking out about.
Yeah.
So that was music appreciation.
And then years later, his brother, the drummer, Vinnie Paul, he died. So now they're both buried in Texas next to each other. Their family plot.
Huh.
We went there, remember?
Yeah, we went to their graves. And took pictures on the graves. And there were some people there were crying and stuff and laying on the graves and stuff.
That thousands of people still come from all over to see it. Yeah.
I don't get it. Oh, you know who we forgot? Jimmy. We forgot Jimmy. I forgot to call Jim's.
I didn't know it was Jimmy's time yet.
At 9:15 we normally do Jimmy, and then at 10:15 we do Joe.
Well, you just got really, really long-winded.
I got
and
long.
leaving out key elements there.
So if you want to be able to hear him, you're going to have to put those on. I need my water. Thirsty. You have reached Jay. I'm not on the phone because I'm doing other things, probably working because I'm a hard worker.
Working the street corner?
Working the street. See how the camera moved?
Okay.
It's supposed to be way over here. It's supposed to be pointing more this way.
This is Jay.
Nope.
Reached my...
Hey, homeboy. It's like...
Isn't he at work in real life?
I think he's at work in real life, but I gave him extra time. So I thought, well, maybe if I give him extra time, he'll be cool about it, you know? Because the next part of the show is like him.
Well, while you're waiting for him, you can let everybody know that even though Pantera no longer exists, Phil Anselmo is still doing lots of work on his own, including Phil Anselmo and the Illegals, which is his own band, and he's still touring and doing music. And if anybody's interested, they should look into his solo art. It's really good.
Phil's doing his stuff. Nobody's chatting with us? If you're in the chat, say hi.
You scared everybody away immediately.
I did. I scared everybody away. They saw the Bite Me shirt.
Well,
and they're like,
because I'm on here. They saw me and they're like, I don't blame them.
They're like, oh no, bro. Nope. Nope. Say nope to the dope. Well, while we're waiting, if you want to send us fan mail, you can send us fan mail. Care of Comedy Vets. P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And if you're an angry feminist, you can send us hate mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. And let's remind everybody about the trivia question. The trivia question was, in 2004, what was discovered on the island of Flores in Indonesia? In 2004, what was discovered on the island of Flores? Flores?
Gold, a shipwreck?
In Indonesia. You were guessing?
I have no idea.
We'll give you the answer at the end of the thing.
Amelia Earhart?
Amelia Earhart. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna try to call Mr. Jim again. And then if I don't get a hold of him, I'm just gonna move on And if he gets in the middle of the show, that's cool. But I'm not going to wait for him anymore. Not waiting for you.
Okay.
It's like Greenbeard.
Ugh,
Hey, Greenbeard, why did they call you Greenbeard? I don't know.
gross.
Hey, look at that.
I can't read that from here.
See,
I'm blind.
Jay.
Shannon got it right in the clickety-clack.
What'd she say?
Well, I'm not going to tell you because it's at the end. I'd say it at the end of the show.
Oh.
She got it right though. Shannon Woods got it.
Okay.
But we're gonna tell it at the end of the show.
I can't read that from here.
Good.
Even if I squint.
Good. You shouldn't. All right. So we're just gonna.
I shouldn't be able to see.
If he jumps on, that's great. If not, then whatever. So we're gonna jump on to the Science Denier of the Week. This week's Science Denier of the Week is Martin Couney. Martin Couney. Martin Couney. Martin Couney, for those of you who don't know, right? You don't know, you know Martin Couney?
I've never heard of him before.
Martin Couney was born Martin Arthur Couney. Actually, he was born Michael Cohen. Changed his name to Martin Arthur Couney. He was born March 1st, 1869, and he died. No. He was born somewhere in 1869.
And died March 1st.
And died March 1st. Yeah, died March 1st, 1950. He was an American obstetrician of German Jewish descent, an advocate and pioneer of the early neonatal technology. Couney is also known as the incubator doctor. He was best known in medical circles and public views for his amusement park sideshow, the Infantorium, in which visitors paid 25 cents to view premature babies being displayed in incubators. So the reason that this guy is ahead of his time, and the reason that he is a a science denier, is because eugenics was a big deal at the time. So the eugenics movement was going on at that time, and they had this view of treating babies as if they were nothing. So they were like, you know what? These babies will pass on their deficiencies to their children if they're allowed to live. So they should just don't do anything for the babies, just let them die. And at the time, 40% of all births were premature births.
Yeah, they didn't have proper medical care then because they didn't know what they were doing.
In the 1990s, they had a film that tagged kill defectives. It said, the movie said, kill defectives, save the nation. And in that movie, they talked about killing anyone that was infirmed in any way and could not, could not be a productive member of society. Okay. So, Couney shows varied in name from fairground to fairground, including the Infantorium and the baby incubators. Couney's slogan was, "All the world loves a baby," and he encouraged nurses to take the babies out and cuddle them in front of the audiences. The babies were placed in incubators with glass doors to allow visitors to look at the babies. And inside the incubators was clean, filtered air. At the Coney Island Infantorium, Couney worked in tandem with established doctor Julius Hess, and he employed a team of nurses who lived on site with the babies, taking care of the premature infants at all hours, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Couney is usually remembered for his Coney Island facility. He also established a similar exhibit in Atlantic City, which ran for 38 years. From 1905 to 1943, Couney's facilities were known for their professionalism and cleanliness, Couney was influenced by one of his employed nurses. Influenced by one of his employed nurses, and later she became his wife, Annabelle May, who insisted upon the importance of strict hygiene and systematic procedures. In 1903, the average cost of care for the inventorium facility was $15 a day. The one infant cost $15 a day to take care of. Today's cost, that's $405 per day. But the care cost of the premature babies was expensive, but he didn't charge any of the parents or the patients for their care because they made up for all of that money because they were getting 25 cents a person for them to come in and look at the babies. So the entry fees not only took care of the babies, but allowed him to pay the nurses a good wage and to have nice facilities and to have the best of everything and to be able to travel and do exhibits all over the place. So, and here are some pictures. Let's show some pictures of the different stuff. Let's see. Here's a chick with the baby in one of the incubator, or no, she's giving him a bath. She's giving the baby a bath. What's this picture of? This is the actual infantorium. These are babies in incubators, and these are some of the nurses, and I think that's the dude right there. And there's a couple of the nurses.
It's still creepy.
So people would pay to walk through there and look at the babies.
And look at these poor babies, and then just go home.
Yeah.
That's sad.
And that's what the baby incubator looked like when it first came out. So, but something you didn't know about that infantorium or whatever, Couney, his own daughter was born prematurely, and they used the infantorium for his own daughter.
Yeah.
So had he not had that facility available, then it wouldn't have been there. But all the other doctors, almost all the other doctors at the time, they were like, why are you putting babies in those things? Because the science, the settled science of the time was
let them die.
Let them die. They're a burden on society, and they're gonna take that burden through their entire life and pass it down to their children.
Yeah, a lot of times they're wrong though, and they'll say, "Oh, your baby has no chance of survival or whatever," and then that baby ends up perfectly healthy and happy.
But then they can end up messed up. Like my daughter was born prematurely. She was born 6 months or 3 months early?
It's like 3 or 4.
3 months early, whatever. She was born 3 months early.
And she's 26 now.
Just saying.
What the hell are you just? What does that mean?
She was in an incubator too. I'm just saying. Sometimes you ought to not save them. No, I'm just kidding.
You're mean.
I'm just kidding.
I hope if she's watching this that she hits the dislike button
Yeah.
because you deserve it.
Actually, if you dislike anything on this thing, go ahead and hit the dislike button. You know why? Because the algorithm counts that. Oh wait, they don't have a dislike button anymore.
They don't?
Nope.
Oh, they took it away, huh?
So comment if you dislike anything that's going on in the show. Comment, or even better, if you want to, you could send us fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. If you're an angry feminist, you can send us hate mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. Yeah, that's the science denier of the week. Let's try to get Jay on because I wanted him to be part of this next segment. That segment too, but this segment even more.
I can't see any of the comments. Are there any comments that I can read?
Shannon Wood said hi.
Hi.
And then she said the answer to the thing. And then she said LMAO.
Probably because you're silly. That you joke about you leaving your premature baby to die.
I'm just saying.
Just because she became a liberal. So if your kid becomes a liberal, does that mean you can do a late term abortion and then just kill him anyway?
She could be a liberal all she wants. It's the other shit she does that's questionable. Questionable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the other shit that's questionable. All right, we're just going to move on to the next thing. Conjecture or fact. Today's conjecture of fact is, what is it? Boom. Let's go to the notes, and I'll read the notes, and then we'll get into the thing. So today's conjecture of fact is auto-targeting sniper systems, or sniper. Basically, everybody can be a sniper, the way that the world is right now.
You don't need to have aim.
You don't really need to have aim. So the United States government, basically, it was it DARPA that put out this one? Yeah, DARPA. Here, I'll pull up the DARPA website. Let's see. This DARPA website. Boom. There, you guys can look at the DARPA website. So, for military snipers, acquiring and moving targets is unfavorable For military snipers, acquiring and moving targets in unfavorable conditions such as high winds and dusty terrain, commonly found in Afghanistan, is extremely challenging with current technology. It's critical that snipers are able to engage targets faster and with better accuracy, since any shot that doesn't hit a target also risks the safety of the troops by indicating their presence and potentially exposing their location. So the United States government hired DARPA to come up with, I can hear all of that.
I was trying to turn it so you can see Gizmo.
Oh.
Sorry.
You wanted to be able to see Gizmo more?
I can just move it that way a little bit.
You mean like this?
Yep. You can see his pretty face. Sorry.
Well, the only reason it's there is because it points at us,
He's the real star of the show.
Is he?
Yes.
So DARPA was hired by the Department of Defense to work on this issue of accuracy, and they came up with the Extreme Accuracy Task Ordinance. Extreme Accuracy Task Ordinance. Basically what that is, or they call it Exacto. It's a self-guided bullet. And the system sought to improve the effectiveness and enhance troop safety by allowing greater shooter standoff range and a reduction in target engagement timelines. The objective of Exacto was to revolutionize rifle accuracy and range by developing the first ever guided small caliber bullet. Okay. Hold on.
Your stuttering sounded racist. You have to be careful.
Small caliber bullet. Check this out. The Exacto's 50 caliber round.
So they're saying a 50 cal is a small caliber? So compared to what?
Compared to
what? A rocket launcher?
The Exacto 50 caliber round and optical sighting technology was developed to greatly extend the day and nighttime range over current state-of-the-art sniper systems. The system combined a maneuverable bullet and real-time guidance system to track and deliver the projectile to the target, allowing the bullet to change path during flight to compensate for any unexpected factors that might drive it off course.
Cool. Where do I buy it?
They stopped doing it in 2015.
Well, it'd be for government only.
Well, they had people who were showing it off, and they had people who were shooting it, right? So they had a sniper do it, and they had a moving target way down range, like 800 yards, 900 yards, something like that, right? No, meters, 800 meters. And the target was moving, and they hit it every time, right?
Yeah.
And there was somebody else at the range who was like, I've never shot anything more than my handgun. They said, oh, you want to shoot this? He's like, sure. He'd never shot a high-powered rifle before.
When they hit it.
And hit the target.
That's pretty cool.
Hit the target. Boom.
That's too bad we can't just go buy it.
Yeah, you can't go buy it. Okay, which that was stopped, leading to this thing. Okay? This thing is Advanced Combat Optical Gun Sight, the ACOG. Let me give you a quote from Richard Vinola. Richard Vinola said, in Fallujah, Iraq Marines with ACOG-equipped M16A4s created a stir by taking so many headshots that until the wounds were closely examined, some outside observers thought the insurgents had been executed because they had so many headshots. Imagine that. You're so effective at your job that you're getting headshots. And they were reporting 600-meter headshots at night.
That's pretty cool.
And 800-meter headshots during the day with this technology. But this is not... The difference between this and the previous one was... The previous one was self-guided bullets. Hey, look, Jay.
Breaking news from Jay.
Jay, I'm gonna try to call him. He sent me a message. He goes, "Sorry, bro. I totally lost track of time."
Breaking news. Jay's probably high and has lost track of time.
Yeah.
Is he on?
Unfortunately, I can't do that at work.
He said, "Unfortunately, I can't do that at work."
Oh, that's no fun.
Well, welcome to the show, because you missed the
Good stuff.
The science denier of the week was that guy that had the incubator babies at Coney Island.
Oh.
He was the science denier of the week. And right now we were talking about X-Acto. Have you ever heard of X-Acto?
The X-Acto knife?
No, X-Acto Extreme Accuracy Task Ordnance, which was a self-guided sniper round.
Well,
What the hell was that? What was that giggle for?
it's like an X-Acto knife, but, for snipers.
For snipers, yeah. So I was telling Melissa that DARPA actually developed X-Acto, which was a self-guided 50 caliber round. And it would hit a target like 800 meters away, even if the target was moving. You lock onto it and then pull the trigger, and then it goes. And
Heat seeking.
Well, no, it remembers through laser sight what the target was and where it is, and keeps track of it, and then it moves itself, has little fins on it, and moves itself and hits the target.
Like GPS tracking? Or
yeah, like laser targeting. The same kind of laser targeting that jet fighter pilots use to lock on their missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like that. So, but they stopped doing this in 2015. Okay. So then we started talking about the Advanced Combat Optical Gun Sight. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay. I'm going to read the quote again because I just read it a couple minutes ago, but I'm going to read it again. Here we go. Richard Vinola was quoted as saying, "In Fallujah, Iraqi Marines with ACOG-equipped M16A4s created a stir by taking so many headshots that until the wounds were closely examined, some outside observers thought the insurgents had been executed because they were getting so many headshots."
Wow.
So they were getting nighttime headshots, 600 meters. Daytime headshots, 800 meters.
That's crazy.
And these were not snipers, by the way. This was just normal sight on a normal rifle. They actually equip them on M16s and whatever now. So let's read a little bit about it. So the first one was eliminated in 2015 supposedly because every one of those bullets was like a little drone almost.
Right.
So if you're shooting a drone every time you shoot, it gets kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Well, with this system, it's just a system that attaches to a standard issued weapon, and then the rounds that you use are normal rounds, so they're not anything special.
Huh.
So the targeting system basically uses a similar thing where it has a computer on board, and you lock onto your target, and then it adjusts for wind, humidity, temperature, distance, all that stuff, and it calculates it all for you. And then all you have to do is line up the target, the reticle, with your target, and pull the trigger, and it automatically does the rest.
Well, you know they still have it. The government doesn't
Well,
make
well, I mean,
technology and then just, oh, we're
no,
not going
this
to use
one,
it anymore. They've got it.
this one's being
Yeah.
used. The other one's not. This one's being
Well,
used.
they've still got it.
Yeah.
They don't give shit away.
So here's a controversy with this one. You ready for it?
Uh-huh.
Trigicon was the company that was making these ACOG equipped M6 or the actual ACOGs, right? And they would put John 8:12 Bible verse, JN 8:12 on the side of the site. So when people were going around using these sites, that Bible scripture was on the side of it. And then people were like freaking out that they had that on there, right? And John 8:12 says, "I am the light of the world." So it said,
so you'll be the light. That's the last thing you see before you meet Jesus.
Yeah, it's the last thing you see before you meet Jesus. John 8:12 was right next to the model number on the ACOG.
Interesting.
And then what they started doing is in 2009, this particular technology in 2009, the U.S. military said, we want them shipped from now on without the Bible verse on them. So they had to stop putting the Bible verse on them.
Well, you can't send a bunch of bombs to a bunch of Satanists and expect something different.
Yeah, yeah.
And for those who are listening who think that it's far-fetched to think that a bunch of Satanists are in the military, I refer you to one Michael Aquino, who was in charge of psychological operations for the Army.
Yeah.
And got into some trouble several times over his affinity for young children.
Well, that's not really surprising since they run all the governments too. So, I mean.
Well, I'm showing a picture right now of a guy in Fallujah or Afghanistan or whatever with what looks like that looks like an M16, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the sight attached to it, and it looks like a normal sight. But apparently, and it could judge distance. So, like if you're doing close quarter combat with this sight, you can do close quarter combat with it and get more accurate shots. And if you're doing distance shots, a normal person would shoot like a sniper now. So crazy, huh? But you know what countries use that system? Like actually use the ACOG, except for other than the United States?
What is that?
The countries of Georgia, New Zealand, Spain, the United Kingdom for the British Army and the Royal Marines, and the United States. All branches of the United States Armed Forces. And various law enforcement agencies in the United States. Isn't that crazy?
That is very crazy, sir.
So specifically, New Zealand uses them on the Mars L rifles. Spain uses them on the Heckler and Koch MG4. So, yeah. There you go. That is the conjecture of fact. So, I guess the conspiracy theory behind these is they say that they're not using them anymore, and some of the things they're not using anymore, but they are definitely using them more. You know what I mean? And does this actually turn anybody in? Can anybody be a sniper with this technology? Basically, what do you think, Jimmy?
I don't even know, dude. I gotta say, with all the stuff that they have, man, nowadays, it almost seems like bullets are obsolete.
Yeah, they don't need them if they've got drones.
Yeah. Did you see the U.S. military's official Twitter thing said that the recruiters were watching people play Call of Duty online as a way to try to what is it?
Recruit.
They're trying to figure out who to recruit by watching people play these games online.
That's crazy, dude.
Because if you're good at video games, then you're good at the new technology stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a good point, though. Nowadays we don't need warriors; we just need good gamers.
People that are tech savvy.
Tech savvy.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. Well, you know what's
Crazy.
really funny is I don't know where the next segment is.
Scroll down.
I was gonna let you do the next segment with us too.
Okay.
You want to do the back in the day? You want to do back in the day with us?
Sure. Let's do back in the day. I like that one.
Back in the day. Well, back in the day, we were talking about tube testers, vacuum tube testers. Do you remember those?
No.
The tubes for the TVs, for the old TV sets. You'd have to change the tubes out.
The vacuum tubes for like radios and TVs. So they would have this tube testing thing at the grocery store or at the Walmart or the hardware store or whatever, and they would have little ports on them, and you would take your tube to the hardware store and test the tube yourself. And then if your tube was bad, somebody who works there would sell you one of the tubes from the test tube display. The tube tester display thing.
All right. Sylvania Electric.
Are you looking this up?
I'm trying out this new thing you sent me so I can look at it while you're doing it. Yes.
Well, I'm looking at the RCA one.
I can remember Grandma using that. The picture would get distorted, so she would take it wherever she took it, probably to one of those machines, and they'd say, "Well, you need like a new blue or green or whatever."
Yeah.
And then they give you a different tube. And then they'd fix the picture.
Interesting. I had a buddy who was an airborne ranger. He said that those tubes are paramount to making a EMP.
Yeah. Well, we're looking at the self-testers. So from the late 20s until the early 70s, department stores, drugstores, grocery stores in the United States had self-service tube vending displays that had also on top of them tube testers. So you could test your vacuum tubes. And there was a flip chart with instructions just basically explaining where to put your tube in the tester and what the results were from the test.
Okay.
And then if you're once you found your tube that was messed up, like if one of them was messed up, then somebody would sell you one. But if none of your tubes were messed up, then you had to take like your device, whatever it was, your radio or your TV set or whatever, to a repair place to have them repair it.
Okay.
Crazy, huh? Isn't that neat?
Well, that was the good old days when, you could fix a TV instead of, one of the pixels went out. We need a new TV.
Yeah. So on the tester, they had a filament continuity tester. They had a tube checker, an emission tester, a short circuit tester, a parametric tester, mutual conductance tester, and an oscilloscope tube curve trace plug-in tester, whatever
all that means.
No, none of that stuff. So
we should have just a moment of silence for the looters back in the day that would have to steal like a 400-pound TV when they wanted one instead of just getting a flat screen.
Yeah,
because you really had to put your back into it to get a free TV then.
Dude.
Oh yeah, the old consoles. You ain't lying.
The old CRT TV. Yeah.
The old style where the TV goes out, you just turn it into furniture because you don't even want to get out of the house.
You know what's funny is my dad for a while there would take old TVs and take the tube out of them and put really fancy carved wood on the front and make them into like storage chests and stuff for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That lady on TikTok turns them into cat houses.
Yeah, cat houses.
Little furniture in there and stuff.
Yeah. Turns them into cat houses.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not the kind of cat house that I enjoy going to.
My bad. That's what I thought we was talking about.
The cat house. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, baby. All right, then. So you missed a whole segment, bro.
Well, I apologize, man. I got to working in here, and I looked at the clock and I'm like, what the hell?
Well, I do it all the time. So, not a big deal. Because I do it all the time. You know what I mean, G? Or J?
Yeah.
Or J? You know,
I'm sure
this camera's
everybody
bugging
knows.
me.
Jay's got his own set of circumstances, which is to say that your wife would have normally been correct.
Oh, I get you.
Normally I get a little too high and forget.
I was going to get on Jeff's show, and then I got high.
I was going to co-host, but then I got high.
Jeff had never heard the song until recently.
Yeah, I'd never heard that song until recently.
I don't see how.
But the first version of it I heard was when they did the version, which was it crack or meth? It was a meth or a crack version of it.
It was a parody.
It was a parody.
Yeah,
song.
That's funny.
I wasn't gonna clean my room, and then I got high, and then I found a broom, and I got high. Get it? Because he was using ice. Because I was on ice. I was on ice.
Yes, I was on ice. That's it.
Because he was like cleaning his room. I wasn't gonna clean my room, and then I did ice, and then I found a broom.
Then you ended up getting pieces of stuff out of the carpet like Hunter Biden.
Yeah. I'm gonna find this stuff, dude. We gave our cat catnip for the first time.
Really?
And it was technically not catnip. It was called purple something.
They called it Meowie-wana.
Meowie-wana. Yeah, Meowie-wana.
No way.
And it was catnip mixed with something else. And it was purple passion.
Yeah.
Purple passion. So I put some on the couch, and the cat like licked it up and ate it up, right? And then started biting the slip cover, and then was like loving on the couch or whatever. And then I put some on the floor, and the cat licked it up, and then was like loving on the floor and stuff, getting all messed up.
He was really into it.
So it wasn't like cat weed; it was more like cat X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in love with the slip cover.
He's in love with the slip cover.
Licking the walls. Wow.
Wow, man. Wow, man. You and your friends are awesome. Sorry.
I wonder if any human beings have ever tried to do that catnip stuff. See if it. I would imagine, right?
My brothers tried to smoke catnip, and all they got was a headache. So, hey, Richie King.
Make you wonder, at least.
I can't read the comments from here because I'm blind.
Every time Richie jumps on, I'm not paying attention, and now I am. There he is.
Hey, what's up, Richie?
But he's gone because I didn't say anything. Whatever.
You need to keep up on your comments.
I need to keep up on my comments. So, and this thing at the bottom here was supposed to be on all the time. See how it disappears?
You don't want to piss off your like 2 viewers.
Yeah,
it's kind of rude.
I don't piss off my only 2 viewers. Okay, Jay, do you want to stick around for another segment, or do you want to go?
I can stick around for another segment. You don't want to let me?
This is the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. This week's Outpost Survival Tip of the Week is water purification. Now, I know in the past we did an episode where we did water filters, like Sawyer straws and water filters, where you filter your water. This is not that. This is water purification. Okay, so like if you're in an emergency situation, like we had a boil order in our town, like a pipe, if your pipe breaks or whatever, they may give you a boil order, you know, or sometimes you're in a situation where you need to boil your water or something. Well, if you don't have the ability to boil your water,
you live in Branson.
Yeah, if you don't have the ability to boil your water, they have these potable aqua, PAN plus, no iodine, taste or color. I guess these things, what do?
They're little tablets.
They're
and you put them in water, and they clean the water so you don't get sick and fucking die.
Why are there 2 different ones?
One's for putting iodine in it. One's for getting the flavor out.
You think? You've used these
sure
before?
That's how it works. I mean, maybe not with what you guys got. That's pretty much how it works. A lot of people don't like the I guess the taste the iodine gives the water when you put it in there.
Yeah.
Those are both the same.
You know, they love it, but they hate the taste.
Like beer, man. It's an acquired taste.
No, I was referencing that band, the Foodie Fighters.
Yeah, the drummer for Foo Fighters just died. You should have done a little segment about him, or at least said rip.
See, that That camera's...
The drummer for Foo Fighters died yesterday.
Yeah, the drummer
And
from
the drummer for the Foo Fighters is not the same guy who was the drummer for Nirvana, right?
No, we could only be hoping, but no.
The drummer for Nirvana was the lead singer of Foo Fighters.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And they were in Colombia. They were on tour, and he called the desk downstairs because he was having chest pain, but he was dead when they got up there. And they said his heart was double the weight. And they've already said the preliminary test said he had at least 10 different drugs in his system.
I'm over here trying to do the damn Outpost Survival Tip of the Week, and you guys got
It's
off
a big
track.
deal. Dave Grohl killed Kurt Cobain, and he got everybody...
Here's your Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. Don't get your third booster and then get high. You can't.
No. Here's your Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. Don't join a band with Dave Grohl.
Well, I'm saying he killed Kurt Cobain, and now he killed this dude, and he's going to blame Courtney Love on this, too.
Well, I don't know. It's the perfect crime to blame it on someone who was actually actively trying to kill her husband. That's pretty genius, if you ask me.
So this thing is potable aqua with PA and plus PA plus plus. PA plus plus? What the PA plus plus mean? PA
I don't know.
plus plus.
What's wrong with 1 plus? 1 plus ain't good enough.
Well, they have a plus sign and then they have the word plus after it. So I don't understand. Like, was it from some other country or some junk? No, it's from the United States.
That's weird.
This is germicidal tablets, PA++. No iodine taste or color, makes questionable water bacteriologically suitable to drink. Proven effective against Giardia, Lambelia. Huh? What?
Cryptosporidium?
I guess. When used as directed, use it for camping, hiking, travel, or emergency situations. Keep out of reach of children. This contains 20. It can serve 20, or it can do 25 quarts. 25 quarts.
Yeah, but you should still boil it first if you can.
So add 2 tablets of potable aqua to a quart or liter of water, and then cap it loosely to allow the small amount of leakage. Wait 5 minutes. Shake the container to allow screw threads on the top to close to be, screw threads on the container to moisten. Then tighten the cap.
Ooh.
Wait 30 minutes before drinking.
Moisten.
So PA plus neutralizing tablets are for use after the water's been treated. So you're right. You put the first one in to treat it, and you put the second one in to make it taste better.
Yeah, I know. I know stuff, Jeff.
So these things, keep these things in your bug out bag, the emergency preparedness kit in your car, because you never know when you're going to need to take bad water. See how the camera is wrong? I knocked into the camera. See how the camera is wrong? Damn camera. Anyway,
when it happens.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it, but there you go. Boom, look at that. I did it finally. Boom, water purification. So, the Outpost Survival Tip of the Week. Potable aqua. Keep you some tablets, and it doesn't have to be that brand. Whatever tablets, whatever water tablet things you can use. But let's say you don't have these, and you have some questionable water. Well, you could, if you can't boil it. So the alternative to this would be to take some chlorine and add chlorine to the water.
Right.
Bleach.
Which is what they do
Swimming
in the water
pools.
system.
Yeah, in the water system, but they put chlorine in it. So
ideally, your wife is correct. You should still boil it if you can first.
Right.
And once you start using the filter, it's hard to keep track of how much has been used.
I saw a guy on a survival show one time. He did the bleach in the water, and then he poured it through a cotton bandana.
Yep.
So he poured it through the cotton bandana, and that filtered that out. Another guy, he filtered his through moss. Just
My grandpa used to filter rubbing alcohol through a sock and drink it. So he probably used a sock.
Was it a dirty sock?
It was cotton.
cotton.
Hopefully it wasn't the sock that he found under the mattress, because that's really gross.
She almost made me spit. She almost made me spit water all over the electronics in here.
Don't do that.
You don't use the sticky sock.
Yeah, don't use the sticky sock. If you have to open the sock up and you hear it go, don't use that one. The sock the sock that could stand up on its own.
Ugh.
Don't use that one.
Nasty.
It is messed up. I mean, what guy hasn't used a sock ever? You know what I'm saying?
Jay has no comment.
What guy hasn't used the couch cushion before? You know what I'm saying? You can't. You gotta use what you got. You know, a cantaloupe.
Yeah, shoot. That's all you got.
Yeah, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, a pumpkin, whatever. Why is there a hole in this gourd? Yeah, Grandma, don't eat that one.
They loved you at family reunions.
That's good. Cool. The memories. Or should I say the memories? Whatever. Whatever. All right, then. I'm going to kick you off the phone. Thank you for joining the show, even if you joined late, but that's okay. I don't mind. We'll try to get Joe here in a little bit, but all right.
Tell Jose I said hola, ¿qué tal?
But yeah, I'll tell Joe all that stuff.
All right, cool.
Tacos. All right, later.
All right.
Bye.
All right, take it easy, y'all.
Bye.
Good night.
See, Jay always makes the show more lively. More lively. You make the show more lively. What are you talking about? We're going to have Joe on the show in like less than a few minutes here. So if you're a fan of the show, send us fan mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. If you're an angry feminist, send us hate mail, care of Comedy Vets, P.O. Box 369, Lathrop, Missouri 64465. You can like the video, subscribe if you want to. Share it with other people. A comment. If you don't like something that's going on and you want to say something nasty and mean, comment. I dare you. You know, they say that because the comments, no matter what negative...
Any attention is good attention.
Yeah. Any attention is good attention.
Like faking a slap.
Yeah, like
the Oscars.
Yeah, we'll get into that later, apparently. We'll get into that later. All right, so
what is Will Smith's last name actually Smollett?
Will Smollett. So the trivia question today is what was found in 2004? What was discovered on the islands of Flores in Indonesia? Shannon Woods already got it in the comments, but we're not going to give it away until the end of the show, just in case you're not looking at the comments and you're watching the show and you want to know. We'll let you know at the end of the show.
They are looking at the comments. They already know.
Well, okay. If you already know, then
okay.
Whatever, man. Come on, man. I don't give a damn. Whatever. All right. So let's see. What are we doing now? Well, we could just grab Joe right now, or we don't have enough time to do the breakdown. You know what? Before Joe gets on the show, we can do Tommy. And then the breakdown could be after Joe. And then that'll be at the end of the show.
It's your shit show, bro.
Your shit show, bro. Yeah, we'll jump on with Tommy here. I'm typing in here something so we can pull up Tommy. Boom. Something up. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Here we go. This is the pathetic pet of the week, and today's pathetic pet of the week is Tommy. Meet Tommy. Tommy is this thing. This thing, Tommy. Look how pretty Tommy is.
Cockatoo or?
Let's look. Tommy is a
cockatoo.
Parrot. He's in the parrot cockatoo family. He's in Lenexa, Kansas. He's an adult male, extra large, and white. He's playful and curious. He prefers a home without children. His adoption fee is $650.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. That must be a special need.
Well, I think it's that they're more rare birds to have, so you can't just go get a cockatoo anywhere.
Yeah. What's this? BMW. Oh. Beaks
and wings.
Beaks and wings.
Aww.
Hi, I'm Tommy, a male Goifin's cockatoo, about 30 years old. 30 years old? I'm famous at Beaks and Wings. I came in 2006 after being rescued from an abusive home.
Aww.
It has taken me a long time to recover, but I am now up for adoption to a special person. I've gotten over my fears and now love attention from people, especially women. I came out of the facility and I come out of the facility and run around on the floor. I can be held and petted. I've bitten in the past, and if something startles me or I get scared, I could bite. I need a home without small children. I've been aggressive to other birds in the past, so I must not be allowed to be around them. Sounds like he's psychotic, like he'll kill
He's
them.
probably had an abusive start, and you blame him.
Yeah. He bitch slapping them other birds.
If you're a home without other animals, and no children, that you have the time to give him love, and that's what he needs.
Yeah. Because I have special needs, you must spend some extra time with me and hear my whole story before taking me. Because I have a special diet of Supreme pellets, fruit and veggies, nuts or seeds as treats, my adoption fee is $650. So he has special needs, and you've got to like sit down and hear his whole story before you get him.
Well, I mean, he's freaking 30 years old. He's definitely got a story. Poor thing. So
Beak and Wings adoption, they adopt within the greater Kansas City area and up to 150 miles of the Kansas City area. So if you want to adopt that dude, what's his name? Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Contact Beak and Wings, beakandwings.org, or call 913-322-3398 and get you a Tommy. Get you a Tommy. Yeah, Tommy. Tommy, can you hear me? Probably can, because you're a bird and you can hear me. You know, that's really bugging me, because this is where I'm supposed to be sitting. See how far off I am? Like, both of those cameras got knocked by something. Like, somebody knocked into my cameras.
Somebody who's accident prone?
Maybe. What? I was actually looking at something.
Mm-hmm. Your special guest is falling asleep on me.
So all of the pets in the shelter seems to want kids in the home, or at least older kids 12 and up. Seems to want no kids at the home. Yeah, I see. Yeah, autocorrect.
Well, because if kids are going to mess with them, and then they're going to get beaked.
Get bit.
And then
yeah.
they're going to get beaked and packed.
Beaked.
Yeah.
You gonna get beaked, bitch. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
that doesn't mean he doesn't need love, though. He just needs to find the right home. It's probably not his fault that he's like that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't his fault. Like, we have a dog that has issues like that. You move in slowly, because when he was little, he came from that family of little kids, and them little kids were always mean to him. And coffee cups. Remember, he was like, "Oh, coffee cup. Oh, get that away from me."
Just insecure.
He let me brush his teeth now, so that's good. Let's call Joe.
Put the headphones on.
Yeah, put your headphones on.
I've got a dog sleeping on me. Up, he's awake now.
I'm gonna call Joe. Gizmo's sleeping.
Do this with one hand. Oh.
Joe is on the phone. Is Joe gonna be on the phone? How much you want to bet Joe's not gonna be on? Oh no, he made notes, right?
Hello.
And so you're gonna be on the show?
Yeah.
You're on the show right now.
Me.
Yeah, you're on the show right now. So
yeah.
You wanted to talk about some stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Hi, by the way, he's got a guest today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey.
Melissa's in studio with me with one of her dogs.
One of our dogs.
One of our dogs.
Gizmo.
He's our dog.
He's the special guest for tonight.
Yeah, special guest. So, hi, Joe.
Hi.
So, is this going to be a gossip time, or you going to still pontificate about the other thing too?
Yeah, both.
So you can do gossip time
if we
first?
have time.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
Do gossip time.
Yeah.
Gossip time. So hey Joe. Hey Joe.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you hear, man? Give me some gossip because it's gossip time.
So, did you watch the Oscars?
I did not, but I've seen video of a couple things that happened at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy who won the supporting actor?
No, but whatever I saw there looked like somebody was trying to get an Oscar for acting.
Trying to get him what?
An Oscar for acting. They were trying to pull a Smollett.
Okay.
Oh.
That's my opinion.
I know some people are thinking it was fake.
It's fake.
It's hard to say, though.
You tell us what happened there.
So you think it was fake?
I think there's a possibility, but
Yeah.
I can't rule anything out, though.
I think it was fake.
Well, I don't know. I think it's messed up that somebody who trained to be Muhammad Ali could have knocked out some skinny black guy, but
You gotta tell us what happened first.
oh yeah. So Chris Rock was up to present an award, and he was cracking some jokes and talked about Jada Pinkett Smith, and it's like, so can't wait for G.I. Joe 2. Because she has like no hair.
G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she's got
G.I.
she's
Jane.
got alopecia.
Yeah. So then
So then Will Smith got mad and got up and slapped Chris Rock and said, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
he used an expletive in there. Yes.
Right.
Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth.
Yeah, they bleeped
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they bleeped that out. They also bleeped out the last part where he used the N-word. No, just kidding. Will Smith would never use that word.
All I'm saying is if the slap was real, then why did he go in with such a weak bitch slap? Like, he could have hit him a lot harder.
And why did Chris Rock barely even move?
Well, he's probably stunned. If it wasn't planned, he was probably surprised. Like, what the fuck?
Like he didn't I'm saying he didn't, if it was a real hit, he didn't actually seem very affected by it.
Well, it was a weak bitch slap, too. Oh, man.
I think it was a Smollett.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I know what you're talking about with Smollett, but
You don't know?
I don't think it was. I
Oh,
don't think it was.
You don't think it was? Okay.
Well, they're saying if he doesn't straighten his shit out after this, that he's gonna have to go live with his aunt and uncle in Bel Air. So he's gonna have to make an apology or something.
Well, he got in one little fight, and his mom got scared.
They said they might take his award from him. I guess they're like talking about it. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said the people that organize, the people that give the awards, that they're having some kind of meeting to determine if they're going to take it back. So that's kind of messed up.
I thought that all of the jokes that they had were supposed to go through a certain thing. But here's the thing. People make jokes about people all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone at all these different award things have jokes told about them. And most people don't react like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think Will Smith massively overreacted if it was real.
I think Chris Rock should have followed it up, because Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are in an open relationship, and he's been open about, like, she has sex with other guys. Like, it's documented. So Chris Rock, after he got hit, should have said something, well, like, why are you mad? I mean, like, like, that's not the only thing that, like, has been in your wife's mouth or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Or he could have said,
he could have said something else.
he could have
followed
said,
it up.
"Wow, you don't hit very hard. I hit your wife last night way harder than that with my cock." You like that? Yeah. I was hitting it last night, you know what I'm saying? Hitting it.
Well, I heard that that Will Smith was okay with the joke, but then Jada's boyfriend called and was like, "That's not a cool joke."
He looked down and saw this text message. Yeah. He's like, "Hey."
Well, I don't know why it's a big deal that she has no hair, because she's had like a shaved head or very, very, very short hairstyles literally for like over 20 years. Like, she hasn't had like hair for like 2 decades.
Did you?
It's not like a new thing.
Did you see that thing with what's his name? What's that guy's name? The British guy that just went off on everyone at the award thing.
Ricky.
Yeah. Dude, he said way more worse stuff than that.
Yeah.
Dude. Whatever.
Yeah, they needed him on the show. It's been funny.
Ricky Gervais is hilarious. I keep knocking into the microphone. That's me.
Well,
okay.
Well, like, did he notice a stage though? I mean, like, there was basically no stage last night, so it was easy for him to just get up and go up there. Like before, there's like a stage where people would have to like walk up stairs and stuff.
Yeah. Well, what I'm wondering is if they would have had the Oscars like 5 months ago or 4 months ago or 3 months ago or 2 months ago, they wouldn't have been able to be there in person unless they were wearing masks. Because as soon as this Ukraine thing happened, the COVID disappeared. Did you notice that?
It was going away before then.
Well, shouldn't Will Smith be in trouble though, because he got like less than 6 feet away from him?
Yeah,
that's like dangerous.
He was dangerous. Yeah. He violated his personal
zone.
space.
Well, I heard they're already Hollywood's already punishing him. They're gonna make him do Wild West 2.
Shut the hell up.
That's a punishment all by itself.
That's a punishment all by itself. Man, that was a good gossip time, Joe. Good job. Good job with that one. You're like,
well,
hey.
I didn't want to talk about like, so it was overshadowed because of Will Smith, but
gossip time.
The best supporting actor.
Yeah. Was a woman?
Well, he like people. He's a person who talks with his hands and stuff, and I hate those people. Fucking deaf people.
Oh, a deaf person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier in the show we talked about the incubators and how they were like, people didn't want incubators because they were saving babies that should die because they're gonna grow up useless and should be eliminated anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like deaf people would have been eliminated back then. What?
How would you know if the baby's deaf?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think you would know until later when you try to like communicate.
The damn baby's not listening to me.
Right.
Well, that's when a lot of parents find out their kids have hearing issues.
This is when the kids
like later, yeah, they don't, or vision problems. You don't know that right away.
I went deaf for like a year and a half, 2 years. I was deaf, literally deaf for a year and a half, 2 years during my speech. When you're able to learn how to talk. Then I had to go through speech therapy to learn how to speak properly.
Is that why you don't listen sometimes?
Yeah, that's why I don't. Well, the thing was, I was deaf for like 6 months before my mom even knew it, because she's like, why the hell don't you listen to me? What? You talk like a retard. Babe? Seriously. They used to say that I talked like a retard. Used to?
Exactly.
So, you doing the pontification?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe pontificates.
All right.
So what's up with the pontificating? You do it.
So I noticed some stuff on like social media and stuff about people talking about like God and and saying, they're saying, like, if I believe and I die and I was right, I'll go to heaven. But if I was wrong, nothing will happen. Right?
Well, like better safe than sorry.
Yeah. So do you know what that's called?
That's called the Jesus is my seatbelt.
No.
Because I only wear it just in case I get in an accident, and I hope
Just
I
in
don't.
case.
You know what I mean? People wear
Yeah.
a seatbelt just in case they get in an accident.
Right.
So they use
That makes
Jesus as a
sense.
seatbelt just in case they get death and end up going to heaven, because they don't want to go to hell. So just in case, Jesus is their seatbelt.
Right.
Anyway, so what? What about it?
So it's called why am I drawing a blank on it?
I don't know. You could have written it in the notes, and I would have known what we were trying to say.
I did put it on the notes.
You did?
Yeah.
Is it Pascal Rager?
Yes, that's it. Okay. Pascal's wager.
Oh, Pascal's wager?
Yes.
Okay, Pascal's wager.
Yeah. Have you ever heard it called that before?
No, I've never heard of it before.
Oh, okay. So Pascal's wager is there was this philosopher named Pascal who said it's better off to believe even if you basically have to fake it, just in case. So and I think it's the dumbest, it's dumb. Probably not the dumbest thing, but it's dumb. And I'll explain why I think that.
So Pascal's wager is a philosophical argument presented by the 17th century French philosopher, theologian, mathematician, and physicist Blaise Pascal, who also the Pascal computing language was named after this guy. And he lived from 1623 to 1662, right?
Yeah.
So it's he says that it's posits that human beings wager with their lives that God even exists or doesn't exist, right?
Right.
And he says that people should live as though God exists and seek to believe in God. If God doesn't exist, such a person will have only a finite loss, some pleasures and luxury, whereas if God does exist, he stands to receive an infinite gain by going to heaven. Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I read it so people know exactly what it was. And right. I knew exactly what it was. Okay, yeah. No, thank you.
So I think that's great and all if there were only two things you could choose from.
But, yeah, like if you only had two choices instead of 100.
There's been over 1 million religions ever. So really you have like 1 million things you could wager on. And if you're wrong, then who knows whatever God really does exist will do to you,
Yeah.
So like, good example is, say, you're a Christian, you're worshiping Jesus. And then the Jews are right. Well, Yahweh would send you to hell because you're worshiping somebody else besides him.
Huh. Okay.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah, or if you were a Muslim, then you would say Jesus is just like a prophet of God and not God.
Yeah, exactly. And then Muslims, believe that you have to be a Muslim to make it to heaven.
Yeah.
So, Pascal's wager is stupid because, like, you're going to have to believe in everything just in case. So, I think it's better to not pick any of those, and just live a good life. And then whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
Or you could believe that there is a God, but you don't know the specifics, Like, we don't know
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like a million different choices, yeah.
Yeah. Because flying spaghetti monster could be real.
Yeah. Well, some people believe that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no one actually believes in the flying spaghetti monster.
What? You're telling me it doesn't exist?
You never know.
Right. It's actually like a satire on religion.
Oh, okay. I thought people
So,
actually believed in it.
No. So, what are they called? Colanders or whatever. So the believers of the flying spaghetti monster.
Colanders?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they sift out the water from the
Yeah.
spaghetti.
Exactly.
But like 100 years from now in history books, someone will read that and then probably think that that was a real religion that people followed, and then try to find out like the history of the spaghetti monster god.
Yeah. Yeah. So from your perspective, you argue against it, or they think it's stupid because you're an atheist, and you think that people should, if they're going to do that, they should believe in a lot of different gods, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So on the other side, there are a bunch of Christians that actually believe that Pascal's wager is also stupid. Because the whole point of it is that you're a believer, that you have a faith and a belief. And if you have to hedge your bets, then you actually don't have a belief.
Yes. And also, if you're faking it, if you're believing just because there's a chance, God will see through that because he can read your minds. He's like Professor X and stuff. You're not going to like go to Professor X and be like, fake that you like the X-Men. He'll see through it.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people, they're like, well, just because you believe in God, because Pascal, he made such a passive statement that you believe, right?
Right.
And then the Catholic Church pointed out, and a lot of Protestants pointed out, well, James 2:19, if that's the case, if salvation based on just believing that God exists, well, Satan believed that God exists, and so do demons believe that God exists, and a whole bunch of people who are Satanists who they believe God exists, but they don't worship God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just the belief that God exists doesn't equal salvation. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I also know some Christians will believe that everybody believes God exists. Atheists just want to deny it and act like God doesn't exist.
Well, and then there's the agnostics that are like, okay, well, prove it to me.
Yeah, agnostics do not exist.
You say agnostics don't exist either?
Yes. You're either a deist or an atheist.
Well, an agnostic would be just somebody that hasn't made up their mind yet. I mean...
But, so, the question is, do you believe in God?
Right.
So, it's either yes or no.
So you would say that Satanists are theists also because they believe in the existence of God.
If they're true, Satanists, yeah. If they're the satirical Satanists or whatever, who are really atheists, who are just, you know,
Right.
being
Well, and
satirical,
there are a whole bunch of other people.
They're atheists.
Right. And there are a whole bunch of other people that believe in a god of one form or another. So they would technically be theists also. They're just not Christian theists.
Correct.
Yeah.
You could also say that everybody's an atheist.
Well, I would say that I think that everyone is a theist because everybody worships a god, even if it is the god of no god. Everybody has a religion. You know what I mean? Everybody has a faith.
No, everybody has a belief.
A belief, yeah. A religion.
But really, like, not really, because an atheist isn't a belief. It's a lack of belief. And that's the thing. That's why I said that agnostics aren't really, there aren't any agnostics. They're atheists.
Because you either believe or don't believe.
Yeah, they're not strong atheists.
You're like, you're such a weak atheist. It would be like you're the atheist, right? And Chris Rock is an agnostic, and you walk up and you like slap him, and you're like, you don't exist. You either believe or you don't, right? Like that. See?
Yeah, but it's like no, you either have a belief or you're not convinced.
Right.
So agnostics are not convinced. So therefore, they're atheists. Because an atheist can say, I know there's no God. But they don't have to. And an atheist is basically saying, you know, you're saying there's a God, and I'm saying I don't believe you.
Okay.
Is it like that Rush song? If you choose not to decide, you've still made a choice.
Yeah. Did you hear her?
Rush, yeah.
The Rush song. If you choose not to choose, you still have made a choice.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole case of water back there on the other side of the speakers.
Okay.
Yeah. So, did you hear about the flood?
What flood?
Last week? The toilet upstairs overflowed.
Seriously?
Yeah. And we're directly below where the toilet overflowed.
Right.
But there's plastic in the ceiling. So the water was caught by the plastic and it went down onto our stage, which is covered in vinyl. So I had to come in with a shop vac and vacuum out the ceiling. Plastic up there.
Still gross.
It is gross. So what we're going to be doing is putting something up there to catch the water and make it go into the sink. So good thing you're not here. I can smell it. Can you smell it?
My nose doesn't work.
Her nose doesn't work. I can smell it though. All right, Joe. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
You got anything else going on? Huh?
No.
No,
not right now.
All right. Have you ever seen the movie Oculus?
What is it?
Oculus?
No.
Okay. Melissa and I are going to break that down tonight.
Okay.
I was going to include you, but you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a new one?
No, it's been out for like
maybe 2019? No, it's a little more than that.
2013.
Is it that old?
Yeah, 2013.
It's a Nicolas Cage?
No.
No, it's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
It's kind of goes along with similar of like Insidious kind of type movie.
Yeah.
Very similar.
See,
I would recommend watching it because I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Cool.
It was all right.
I might check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys should coordinate something for next week.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed now.
All right, Mike.
So,
all right.
all
right. See you later.
See ya.
Sweet dreams, baby.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, cool. So that was the Joe Pontificates. So yeah. So technically, I don't need to have headphones in, and I have these earbuds also that I put in my ear so I can hear the opening and the close.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So, what are we going to do?
We said we're talking about Oculus.
Oculus. Because we've already done the Pathetic Pet of the Week. And we're going to do Oculus. Yeah. So, we're going to break down entertainment breakdown. We're going to break down the movie Oculus. All right. So, we'll give you the synopsis of the movie Oculus real quick from the IMDb. A woman tries to exonerate her brother, who was convicted of murder, by proving that the crime was committed by a supernatural phenomenon. 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 Phenomenon.
Anyways.
So, we watched this movie, and it was really slow at the beginning.
Yeah.
So there could be some spoiler alerts here going on. And it kept jumping. It kept jumping back and forth between now and before. You know what I mean? The past and the present, and it's bouncing around and stuff.
Well,
And
it's basically a demonic mirror. And whoever
yeah.
gets the mirror is gonna make you kill, or make you get killed, be possessed.
Yeah, and the demonic mirror has a range of influence apparently that grows as it gets more powerful.
Yeah. And it'll prevent you from breaking it, so that you can't kill it or get rid of it.
Yeah, it'll prevent you from breaking it, and it eats animals, and it eats the life out of plants.
And so the mirror made her dad kill her mom, and then her brother, the little boy, killed the dad to try to save his sister.
Yeah.
And then he got locked up, like he was like, kill them, but I mean, he saved them because the mirror made his dad do it.
So, well, throughout the whole movie, basically, they were saying that the mirror is making you see things that aren't there, and do things, or remember you did things that you didn't do. And the whole time I was watching it, going, shit, I do half that stuff when I'm asleep, because I sleepwalk now. So I'll be sleepwalking and talking and saying stuff, and I don't remember saying none of that.
I need to check the mirrors in the house.
Yeah, check the mirrors in the house, because there might be some oculi going on. So there's this
some oculi going on.
So there's this little ginger bitch and her brother, and I can't remember what I saw her in. She was in some other show, the little girl one. You know what I'm talking about? The younger one.
She was in Ouija.
Ouija, yeah.
The second Ouija movie.
Oh yeah, she was the big sister in Ouija.
Not the first Ouija, the second one, which is actually a prequel, which is supposed to be before.
Yeah. So yeah. So the brother is in jail for killing their dad, and he gets out, and he wasn't supposed to have contact with her because she remembers the events of what happened, but the doctors convinced him that it was all in his mind and it was false memories, that it was just trauma.
And as soon as he got out, she's like, let's go back to the house where it happened, and look, I got the mirror back. Let's go fuck with this shit all over again.
Yeah, we're going to kill the mirror. We're going to destroy the mirror. And then, so she sets up like the cameras and this whole elaborate setup to destroy the mirror.
And catch it on camera.
And to catch all the events on camera. But what she's been catching on camera was actually her and her brother moving stuff around. It wasn't demons moving stuff around. It's them moving stuff around, but they can't remember doing it.
Because the mirror made them do it.
Because the mirror made them do it. So, and then she set up this kill switch device, which is a weight thing that would come down and smash the mirror. So they made mention of it a couple times, and then later on in the movie, the dude, he's like, oh, I'm totally gonna I'm gonna kill this thing. So am I skipping anything? So he goes and he makes the kill switch thing go off, and it goes like it smashed the mirror, and that's what he thinks happened. But in reality, what happened was he killed his sister.
Now he's going back to the loony farm.
So they send him back to prison because he killed his sister. And
now the mirror's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So some other family is going to end up with it, and then it's going to start all over again.
so the wife was demon possessed apparently, and the dad locked her up upstairs, chained her to the wall, told the kids not to go in and look. They went in and looked. The mirror ate the dog. The original dog. The mirror ate the dog. All kinds of crazy
Just
stuff.
saying, that's why there's no black people in this movie, because as soon as they knew the mirror was doing shit, they'd be like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah, no.
They don't play around because they're smart about this stuff. But white people are stupid and are like, "Let's go investigate the shit." Like, no, bitch, we're not going to investigate it.
So we'll look at some pictures. So this is the chick when she's older and she's about to she works at a, what do you call that? An auction house.
Like an art gallery.
An art gallery like thing.
Place.
And they sold the mirror, and they've covered it, and she was going to have it shipped to her house, or wrapped up so she could take it to her house. And this is the older chick and her brother, and they're freaking out that stuff was happening, right? And this is the mom. That's the mom.
What's the point of these pictures, though? It's
to
really
tell people the
random.
story. That's the mom, and she's freaking out. This mirror makes me look old and crazy.
You could just say, go to YouTube and watch the trailer for Oculus.
And this is what the
idea.
chick sees, the mom sees in the mirror of herself. And then that's the chick. She's got battery powered lights all over the house because the electricity goes out. And then this is her taking pictures of stuff because she's scared. She's crying and stuff. And this is the dad. I don't remember these people. Do you remember this?
It's supposed to be demon ghosts of the people that the mirror killed before.
Do you remember seeing those people?
I'm pretty sure so.
I don't remember seeing those people. And that's the gun that he ended up dying, getting shot with that gun. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because the kid shoots the dad. But wait. This is him as an adult holding the gun in his dream, or in his remembrances and dreams.
Yeah, because when it happened, he was a little kid.
Yeah. And this is the little girl and him as a little boy in the office there. I need to point some out, continuity error. Some of these books on the shelf were newer than these kids are supposed to be old. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The books on the shelf are out of place. Because some of them you can tell. They're newer. Some of these books are newer.
They could have been new at the time, but still older than them.
Maybe, I don't know. And then this is the chick looking at the mirror. And this is them. They're looking at the mirror. This is what's going on. That's the mirror. That's them looking at it at the art gallery, yeah?
No.
So there's tags on it.
Oh, I don't know.
Auction house.
Well, I don't think the brother was ever at the auction house.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That must have been a dead plant.
Promotional photo.
And then mom freaking out. And then the dad, I'm freaking out. And this is the director guy talking to the chick and them and the little kids. And then the dad, he choked her out, but didn't kill her. Remember?
Oh, okay.
He put her in a triangle choke and choked her out. And she passed out.
And he was like, don't make the spaghetti that way ever again, bitch.
Yeah, don't make the spaghetti like that. So, yeah.
It's worth watching.
Different artwork. Okay, so this is that was the artwork in Mexico. This is the artwork in, doesn't say what country. Italy. That was from Italy. And this is from the United States and a bunch of other places. And this is the one from the United States also, I guess.
Every country always does their own promotional stuff.
From
different.
From the producers Paranormal Activity and Insidious present Oculus. So, yeah. Different countries had different versions of it or whatever. This dog got away. Did the dog get away?
Yeah, I believe so.
The dog got away. He let her out of the house. The dog got away. So, all right. So
it's worth watching.
You thought it was a good movie?
Yeah, I'd watch it. I mean, I will watch it again sooner or later.
Did we break it down well enough? You think?
Mhm.
Yeah, we broke that down. All right then. So we'll just do the oh, not that one, not that one. We'll end the show with trivia. Oh, snap. So the trivia question today was in 2004, what was discovered on the island of Flores in Indonesia? And Shannon Woods gave the answer.
I finally get to find out.
The answer was remains of a hobbit-sized human.
Aw,
Small people, hobbit-sized people,
little people.
little people. Yeah.
Were there any escalators?
No.
Me and Shannon were actually talking about that earlier. Your fear of midgets and escalators.
Yeah, I have a fear of midgets and escalators. When I was younger, I had my foot caught in an escalator.
Did you?
Yeah,
I got pushed down one.
almost got eaten by an escalator. So
Like, did you get pushed by a midget? Or?
no, no.
Are you sure?
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the show. So we'll go ahead and throw that on there. Oh, it says starting soon. We don't want it to say starting soon. So we'll take that off of there. Where does it say starting soon? Right here. All right. We're going to run the closer now. Yeah. You've been listening to Married with Comedy with Jeff Onyx and Mrs. Onyx. Yeah. Yeah. So, and Gizmo. So, yeah. Boom.
Why did you draw a blank? You forget